Three laughing monks. Once upon a time, three elderly monks lived in ancient China. Simply because they never disclosed their identities to anyone, no one can recall their name now. They are simply referred to as the three laughing monks in China. The only thing they did while traveling together was laugh. They went into a town or hamlet, stood in the middle of the main square, and began to laugh. Slowly but surely, the locals who lived and worked there as well as the bystanders were forced to laugh themselves, and did so, too, until a small laughing mob had developed and ultimately the entire village or town had joined in. The three elderly monks left for the following village at that very moment. They seldom talked to anyone, so their laughter served as their sole prayer and teaching. They only induced that circumstance. They were adored and revered all around China. Such spiritual gurus were unknown to the populace before or later. They gave off the impression that life should only be viewed as a wonderful occasion for laughter, as if they had discovered some sort of cosmic joke. They spent many years traveling and having fun while bringing pleasure and happiness to China. Up until the day one of them passed away while visiting the specific village in the northern province. The stunned onlookers fled in all directions, leaving the fields unattended for the day, just to see how the other two monks responded to this spectacular incident. The entire town arrived at the location where the three monks were because they expected them to display sadness or maybe cry. One deceased and two living. However, the two surviving monks could not stop giggling. A number of the wonderful folks who were on hand to help with this scenario approached them in disbelief since they were giggling incessantly and didn't seem to be able to stop. One of the villagers questioned them as to why they showed no signs of mourning for their lost buddy. The monks genuinely answered this time, saying, "Because yesterday, on our way to your hamlet, he placed a bet on who of us would defeat the other two and die first, and today he won, the old rascal. Even a testimony was ready for him." Prior to being placed on the funeral pyre, it was customary to wash the deceased and change his garments, but the elderly monk had specifically requested to keep his old clothes on because he hadn't been dirty for even one day. "Through my laughing, I never let any of the scum of this world to touch me." In his testament, he said. Then, after the body of the elderly man had been placed on the pyre along with the clothes he had been wearing when he arrived and the fire had been lit and was licking at his clothes, to everyone's surprise, fireworks of 100 different colors began to explode up and down and in all directions. Eventually, the people who had gathered there joined the two wise men in their laughter. You know, in life, throughout our lives, it's possible that the only reason we are alive is so that we can laugh endlessly and never cease being happy. Therefore, the next time you encounter a challenge, take a glance in the mirror and simply laugh it off, since your joy is what gives you a sense of aliveness.